Top 5 favourite breweries. No, I don't want to do that. Top 5 beers of the month. No, I don't want to do that. Top 5 favourite beer channels. I could do that. Top 5 YouTubers I can't stand. I could do that, but it's not that. It's the top 5 Morrisons Beers. My favourite 5 Morrisons Beers. Here on Scott Reviews Things. Hello again and welcome back to Scott Reviews Things. How you all doing? Hope you're all keeping really well, and the week has found you no worse off than you were last week. Because some of us could be, can we? Not all of us. I'm still on a massive health kick. I've actually got into a t-shirt that I haven't been able to get into for about 4 years. One of my favourite. It's a bit snug. I'm not going to say it fits me fully yet, but I can actually get it over my head without stopping the circulation to both my arms and my head, which I think is an absolute bonus. It's got Darth Vader and a Stormtrooper on. Rest in peace, James L. Jones, the absolute voice of my youth and the best voice of any villain ever created. So, and an absolute brilliant actor. Field of Dreams, he's fucking brilliant in Field of Dreams. Anyway, I've done, back to the topic of the video. Sorry for waffling on, Mark D. Dickhead. Mark Dickhead. Done my top 5 Sainsbury's beers. I've done my top 5 Tesco beers. So I thought, well, sun's out. I can have a couple of beers tonight. Happy days. So I thought I would bring you today, out of the goodness of my heart, my top 5 Morrisons beers. Now, someone's quite rightly pointed out that in the last 2, they've just been Vice beers that have won the top 5 beers, and they're absolutely correct. Oh, you're just going to put Paul Anna at the top. Got a bit of a shock coming to you. Mixed it up a bit. You know, hang on, my watch has gone off. Yeah, mix it up a little bit, you know. Don't want to be too predictable. That would be a bad thing. So, rules of engagement for the top 5 beers in the supermarket. You can't have the same beer in any list. So I've done, what we had? Proper Job. Love Proper Job. Francis Carner. They can't appear in any of the other lists. And they have to be beers that are currently available in that supermarket, because obviously we know that craft beer comes and goes a little bit. So these are my current 5 favourite beers in the Morrisons chain. And obviously, again, I do realise that some of these supermarkets, I've got 2 Morrisons in Pompey, they might as well be fucking napalmed, because you're going to get fuck all in them. And they've got the one up on the A3 that's actually very good. So I do realise that not all of these beers are going to be available to necessarily you in your local Morrisons, but these are beers that I have and can pick up currently in a Morrisons. Oh, you've dragged on for about 4 minutes there, fuck off. Number 5 in Scott's top 5 Morrisons beers is Quack. That's not Quack. That's Quack. It's Quack. No, Quack's over there. Where's my Quack glass? Quack. That's not Quack. That's a drinking horn. This is Quack. The Quack. Oh fucking, that's fine. Oh, it's all going tits up now. Look. Oh no. Just make sure he was still in shot. Oh, yeah. The Quack glass. I don't think I've got a Quack bottle. Have I got a bottle of Quack? I have, but it's, well, looks like a predator has ate it. But Quack, Belgium. Is it a Belgian red ale? But really, I mean, the glass is fantastic. The glass alone sells Quack, and I hadn't had Quack until me and my lovely wife Wanda, very beautiful, went to Belgium, went to Brussels on our first wedding anniversary, and or was it our second? first wedding anniversary, and then we went to Brugge, and sat by the canal, and I got absolutely wasted on quack. Spicy, sort of mango-y, banana-y, really nice beer. I brought a box back, and you can get quack, and I've actually changed this today because I saw it in a Morrisons I hadn't been to before, so I know you can get quack, and that's why it's made my list, because I think quack, about 8%, 8.5%, fucking dangerous beer, quack, because you have one in the car if it's cold and chilled, and then you're knocking the things back like you're going out of business, and the next thing you're on the loopy fucking loser and you're out. So, but quack is tremendous, absolutely brilliant beer. So that's number 5 in my top 5 Morrisons beers is quack. Number 4. You're not going to expect this one. So this one's a bit left field, but it's a bit. I don't know if I've got the can. It's a craft beer. I haven't. It's from Burnt Mill, and it is their Green Path, and it's a Citra and Mosaic. It's almost West Coasty beer. You can see it over there anyway. And I don't have I reviewed. I can't remember if I've put this on the channel, but someone pointed it out many moons ago that I should try Green Path. I've had it a few times since, and I think it's absolutely fabulous. I really do. Citra and Mosaic, they work well together as hops anyway. It gives it that sort of West Coasty vibe. It's a nice bitterness to it. Burnt Mill, absolutely tremendous brewery anyway. And I think that the Green Path, not the Green Mile, great film, is an absolutely brilliant beer. So slightly left field. I've got a little bit left field on this top 5, I think, because otherwise it just gets boring. It's the same beers. Yeah. So yeah, number 4 in Scott's top. Mine. Not Scott. What am I talking about? I'm talking to myself in the third person. It's a bit weird, isn't it? Anyway, so number 4 in my top 5 Morrison beers is Green Path from Burnt Mill. Absolutely tremendous beer. So if you haven't tried that and you find it, you can see it. I've seen it in there again today, so I know it's there. Well worth picking up. Unless you don't like a West Coast IPA, then you're absolutely fucked. Number 3 is, well, what can you say about this beer? It's tremendous. It's German. My mum had a German Shepherd dog, so I can actually confidently review a German beer. I haven't got, and my mum was half German as well, so you know. Yeah, so this one, number 3, is Hofbrau Original. I don't pick it up very often. Not a huge German lager drinker, but I do appreciate a decent, well-made lager. And let's be honest, the Germans are the absolute masters at it. And Hofbrau Original is an absolute beauty of a beer. It's clean, it's crisp, and it's one of those beers that never changes. Some of these craft beers, you have them once and they're really nice, and as they sort of get brewed a little bit more, they change ever so slightly. The hop characters subtly change, etc., etc., etc. And that's all. Me and Dean have had this conversation many times, where if you're going to have a craft beer that's come out recently, get it quick, because they will change over time. Whether it's the bean counter that's knocking some of the ingredients out, so they change ever so slightly. But Hofbrau Original probably never has. It's probably brewed to the same recipe that it's with the Reinheitsgebot. So the German purity law, it's probably never changed. And every time that I've had it, it's always been really decent. So it has to be in the top 3 list. It's just what it is. So number 3 in my Morrison's top 5 beers is Hofbrau Original. Top notch. Oh, Scott, Paul Anna Voice beer is going to be number 1. No, it's not. It's number 2. Number 2 in my top 5 Morrison's beers is Paul Anna Weiss beer. It was going to be in here. You knew it was going to be in here, but you didn't know what number it was going to be, did you? Paul Anna Weiss beer. I absolutely love. My Hefeweizens has been well documented many times. Really got into them over about the last 2 years. Obviously, where I've knocked the drinking on the head, more or less, but we have a couple on a Thursday night. Saturday's fucking game on, son. So a couple on a Thursday night, but don't drink in the house at all. Even this thing, I had about a third of a can and then bin the rest. To be fair, the sink's never recovered. So yeah, where I was drinking maybe a couple of Franziskanas or that in the evening just to unwind. Don't do that anymore. So, but where was I going with this? Loved a Weiss beer in the week, so I'd pick up Paulaner as well occasionally, and Weihenstephaner and Schneider Weiss. And Paulaner has always been tremendous. Again, just German made, Technique. So it's always going to be the appliance of science and all that bollocks. Just a well-rounded, really well-made Weiss beer, and had to be and was always going to be in my top 5, and it's at number 2. Does Paulaner Weiss beer, because for a very good reason. Now this one I think is completely left field. So let's go from 5 down to 1, and we'll get back to it. So number 5 is Quack. Number 4 is Green Path. Number 3 is Hofbrau. Number 2 is Paulaner. And number 1, my favourite beer, and I think one of the best craft beers. So craft beer at number 1 in one of these lists. Never thought you'd see that, did you? And it's an absolute beauty. It's brilliant. And I know there are certain people that watch this channel will absolutely agree with this being in the top 5. Whether they agree it's going to be number 1 or not is a completely different matter. But my top beer currently available, and it has been for a couple of years now, is from Salt Brewing. And it's Tram. Their double New England IPA, coming in about 8. I don't think I've got the can anymore. Coming in around about 8% ABV. Tram is fantastic. It is a quality beer. Hasn't changed much. I've had it a few times. I haven't had it recently, but it is a beer that doesn't appear to have been messed with at all during all this time. And I think that's critical, because as I've just said, a lot of these craft beers, they change a little bit. I don't think Tram ever has. And critically, it's got one of my favourite hops in it, I believe. I think it's got Nelson Sauvin on it. And I absolutely love Nelson Sauvin. I think it's a fantastic hop. It gives it that gooseberry, white wine feel to it. And I think it absolutely justifies being number 1. You might disagree, and that's absolutely fine. And where would the world be? It'd be a very boring place if we all agreed on the same things. But I think Tram and the supermarkets have done their level best, because although a lot of these beers that land in the supermarket drops, being New England IPA, hazy IPA, they're borderline shite, a lot of them. This beer, double New England IPA, is absolutely tremendous. If you haven't tried Tram and you've got a decent Morrisons near you, it's in like a turquoisey can, with the I don't like the new salt branding, but Tram, if you can find it and you haven't had it and you like a New England IPA on fucking steroids, it is an absolute belter of a beer. So that's my top 5 Morrisons beers. So you've got Quack, you've got Green Path, you've got Hofbrau, you've got Paulaner Weiss beer, and number 1 is Tram. You're going to disagree with me, and that's absolutely fine. Put your favourite top 5 beers, or just your favourite 1 beer from Morrisons, in the comments below. I expect this one to cause a little bit of debate, because I've gone for something that I genuinely think is a fantastic beer. Oh, you can't put that above a German beer. Fuck off. I do what I like. It's my channel. Yeah, so that's my top 5 favourite beers. Do you want to see my top 5 favourite beer channels, or the top 5 YouTubers I fucking hate? Leave a comment in the comments box. And people have got no time for. So yeah, that's my video. If you've got a comment, leave it down below. If you like the video, give it a top 5. In all the other supermarkets, you've got the other ones as well. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't, give it a thumbs down. There's a subscribe button somewhere. And I'll see you very soon.